So I've considered creating a blog for a, a couple years now, actually. Um, I have been dabbling in some things, and I tend to try to share a lot of it on Facebook, sometimes on Instagram, and I, believe it or not, get a lot of personal messages about some of the things that I post. And so I was trying to think of a better way that I could do this. And I thought, oh, why not just do like a blog? Because I have all the time in the world, to do something else. Um, but I really think that it would be kind of fun just to share some stories and do different things. I dabble in photography. I'm not a photographer by any means. I don't, I wouldn't do it for money or anything. I just like to take pictures. Like it's just a passion of mine. I love to take pictures. And so it would be really cool to have someplace that is an outlet for that. And I can tell my stories. So, one of the things that I have been approached about is doing like foraging lessons, and more than one person has actually personally messaged me and asked me if I could teach them how to forage. You guys, I don't know very much about foraging. I'm not even gonna lie. I only know a few things, and it's just because I've done my own research. Um, but I tend to continue that research because it is very fun and it's a huge health benefit. Also, kind of in the climate and environment that we're living in right now, it's really good to know what resources you have in your backyard. So that's something that I would plan on putting in my blog, would be some foraging things. I also really like to try to stay as all natural as possible. So we try to stay away from medication, hospitals if at all possible. I have nothing against any of that. My mom is a nurse and I have 100% respect for her, but it's just, I really want to treat my body as naturally as possible. Um, and that's my own personal decision. That's something that we do within our family as well. My kids don't really get medication. Um, I try to do everything as naturally as possible: ginger root, wood sorrel, peppermint, just different things like that. We like to use a bunch of natural herbs, essential oils, and different types of foods that will actually remedy a lot of sicknesses and illnesses. And so, um, I can't say I'm foolproof and I don't take medication at all, because I do have pretty bad, intense migraines. And so I still take Excedrin migraine. However, now that I am pregnant, I cannot take Excedrin migraine. It's actually really, really, really bad for the baby. So this is my moment to break the habit of my Excedrin migraine and find an alternative that would help. So those are just some of kind of the things that I've been thinking about putting in my blog. I like to share stories about my kids. I homeschool my children. I am a teacher full time for a virtual school. Um, and a lot of people think that means that I sit in my office and I teach kids from a computer, and that is 100% false. That is not what happens. I actually drive to student homes. I meet them at libraries. I meet them at Pizza Hut. I actually meet my students in person. We do actually do some live visits, but we also have many virtual visits as well. So it is a mixture, but it does take a lot of my time. This job is way harder than whenever I taught in any brick and mortar school. Um, it is demanding. I love it, but it is demanding, and so I do that. And on top of that, I homeschool my three children. My oldest has graduated. He graduated from homeschool last year. So I homeschool the other three. The older two, not real demanding, because she's a junior and he's a sophomore. So a lot of the times they kind of just do their own thing, and I just monitor and make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But the 5-year-old, who's in kindergarten, takes a lot of my time, because I'm trying to teach him how to read. I'm teaching him all of these concepts that will build. And so on my blog, you will see a lot of things that that will relate to homeschool, just different like arts and crafts, different learning activities, different things that we do for field trips, and different things like that. You're also going to see things like how I try to relax and try to take some of that stress away, because I'm very busy. I'm very, very busy. So it's very, very important to find a balance, and that has been my lesson this year, is finding that balance. So that's something else that you're going to see in the blog. So I'm super excited, and I can't wait to share some of my journeys with you, some of my stories with you. Um, the first one that you're probably going to see is about me expecting my 5th child. Wow, my 5th child. So there's some fun and exciting things that are happening with that. We're going a completely different route this time, and I'm super excited. So just be looking for all of those little stories and those tidbits, because I'm excited to share them.